Broadcasting live from the Brent Morrison Bomb Shelter and Missile Silos in the heart of beautiful downtown Pekin. It's Tuesday Modern. Hello everybody, I'm Evil Bob, your resident head in a box, coming to you with another fantastical evening of modern magic at the Zone. We're starting things off like it's Thursday with Master Snell playing Pyromancer Zoo, taking on Jarvis and his As Foretold Miracle Zoo. Being joined vocally by fellow viewer Eat Like No One's Watching. How's it going, Justin? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you, Bob?
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
you don't
great.
have to, like, lean. I mean, it cuts off, like, way over here.
Oh,
so you're
I know.
fine.
I'm going to stay out.
You are out. You are fine. Anyway, we are looking at Jarvis beating down Snow with no. I can't see your life, Snow. Thank you. Jerk. But anyway, we've got actually a nice group of people for the final Tuesday before Jace the elephant in the room comes back. And that's not, I'm not looking forward to that. I am probably the only person in the world who is not happy to see him back. I thought it was a nice balanced format, and you know, Wizards can't, this is why we can't have anything nice, Wizards. So Pyromancer down. Go ahead.
For those of us who doesn't know, what does he do?
What does he do?
Yes. What does Jace do?
Well, for 4 mana, you get to Brainstorm as a sorcery every turn.
Oh.
That's what you do. That's pretty much what he only do. I mean, he has 4 abilities. Oh, he also Fate Seals. Fate Seals anything you don't like. For 4 mana, you get a 3 Loyalty Planeswalker. That for +2, look at the top card of target player's library. Could be you or your opponent. Mm-hmm. You may put that card on the bottom of that player's library. That's Fate Seal. And it's like, take a look. You don't need that to the bottom.
You're not getting that.
No. For 0, 0, mind you, not a minus, but a 0. Draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. So, sorcery speed, Brainstorm. A little -1, return target creature to its owner's hand. So you have a problematic creature on the board, you know, it's like, don't worry about it, you know, just -1, you know, you Fate Seal something and then you just got 2 of those, you know, locked and loaded, ready to go. And for -12, exile all cards from target player's library, then that player shuffles his or her hand into their library. So
I don't know about the last one, but
oh, you don't know about the last one? Just, you know, you put them on a 0 to 7 card deck just out of nowhere. You know, it's like you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you know,
hopefully you had
just
your card
go ahead
in your
and
hand.
exile that. You know, the cards you have in your hand are all you're ever gonna need. Yeah. For some reason, Wizards thought that would be okay. In a format that has existed completely and forever without him on the original ban list for a reason. Snow gets in for 3.
well, they had to bring him back because they can't have Boogles winning tournaments.
Boggles won a tournament.
Yeah. So they're like,
tournament.
if that's up there.
Boggles won a tournament after posting one of the worst records in a tournament.
Yeah.
The previous weekend.
So they're saying that the current meta is 2 weeks. So they got to
Yeah, absolutely
Bring
2
back-
week. You know, to make Boggles better, you need Jace. That's sad because that's where we're at now. It's if you had a fun deck, it doesn't matter anymore because now you have to play Jace.
Now you got to play blue.
And if you're not playing Jace, then you're just hindering yourself.
Usually blue deck versus blue deck and taking forever and counter.
You know, because blue control pace of play was already too fast. Grumble groan. Grumble groan. That's what I do. I grumble and I groan. Snell goes attacking. Jarvis not really putting up too much of a defense. He's gonna... he could. I'm guessing that's a cryptic, just waiting and wait in his hand. I'm live over... Vid will be posted afterward. Okay. I didn't look. Did he was that a Path of God?
I can barely see the cards.
Yeah, it's okay. Whoops.
I'm not too familiar with pictures and
That's okay. You play Zoo, you can't help it. See, I'm helping you out this evening, you know. Everyone's playing Zoo, so the playing field is level.
It's gonna be rough. Pyromancer Zoo, Miracle Zoo.
Oh, I think it was a Terminus. No, he still has his Pyromancers. What? Okay, he's pushing. He's deciding to push it instead of pathing it, which is good. It might have been a Path of Exile. Or Path of God. It's called Path of God. For 4 mana, you get an instant that exile all attacking creatures. Its controller searches for basic lands equal to the number of creatures exiled. It's a mass Path of God for attacking creatures. Or Path of Exile for attacking creatures. K-Command killing Snappy and bringing back Ms. Pyro to the hand. Jarvis takes 2 more. Let's see here. Snow does not have anything to fuel his Pyromancers. So, coming at you for 3. Oh, ease of 2/1. And is that a... What is that?
The custom card, I don't know.
What is that?
Cryptic command.
What did... Oh, he tried to cast it again. No? What did he do? Took the damage, then cast Cryptic Command. That's a River Augur. It's a 4 mana Brainstorm on a creature. You know, they just printed that in Ixalan or Rivals of Ixalan, whichever one he's in. You didn't need to unban Jace. They already had a 4 mana sorcery speed Brainstorm. Damn it, Wizards. Damn it. Whoops. Pyromancer's coming in. Jarvis takes 2 additional. River Auger gets pushed. Things are happening. Oh. Any rate. Tap, tap, all the taps. Oh, he's logic nodding the fatal push. Wants to keep his auger. Oh, excuse me. I'm just so upset that I got the hiccups.
You gotta hold your breath as long as you can.
I can't. I would cease to be living if I held my breath for as long as I can. Tap, tap. Yeah, that's going to get snappied. Encrypted. That was a Bedlam Reveler. It's a 8 mana creature that costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. And when he comes into play, you draw 3 cards. Snell's going to take game 1 here. Good for him. And while they shuffle up and get ready for the next game in this match, I want to remind everybody of our standings that we got. We have filled up page number 1 with peoples. You see Danzy there with his mighty 0-10 record for the year. Isn't that fantastic?
Wow.
Snell adds to his win record last Thursday by winning his match and going 1-0 on cam. Unfortunately, Dragist got a victory. I was promised that he would lose. But Alex just couldn't do it. Thanks, Mr. Ho. That's why you went you're even on the year. You were featured 3 times last week with your 8 hockey. We got Damien's card now on the board. He's in the win column. Jared Hernandez or Gonzalez. Sorry, Jared Gonzalez. You're up there. And we actually have a second page of records. And there's Jay Wu and Nick Vitello. I didn't forget about you. You're just the start of the second page of standings, and looking pretty good. Feeling good about it. We get back to the action. Jarvis is still sideboarding. Snell is also still sideboarding. Want to remind everybody that we are celebrating Black History Month here on the stream. This week's first card is Griselbrand. You know, you don't get. There may be more iconic black creatures, but none so format shaping and crushing than Griselbrand. I mean, this guy is modern staple. He's legacy staple. I'm sure he was beastly in standard, but nobody paid attention to that. So yeah, Griselbrand.
Yeah.
Celebrating Black History.
Bob.
What?
not Black History Modern or any magic. No, it's for like African Americans or black people or.
Oh, you mean like the Southern Paladin? That's a white card, though.
No, see, Bob, you're getting the wrong idea.
What?
It's for like Harriet Tubman or Barack Obama. He's not really history yet, but
I dig on Harriet Tubman, you know, free runner, Southern Paladin. I'm saying Manute Bowl.
don't you do it. Celebrating Black History Month, introducing this card.
He is from the South. But he's a white card, so we're not celebrating him. He destroys red permanents.
Oh, okay.
The Northern Paladin destroyed black permanents. This one, he's in Southern Paladin. He destroys red permanents. And then there's Eastern Paladin, which destroys white permanents, and Western Paladin destroys green permanents. They're black. Oh, yeah, we can go with the Ghost Paladins.
So I bought a couple of these cards. How do you feel about them?
What you got?
Galtra or Galta,
Delta. Okay.
Primal Hunger.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that one?
She's pretty good. She's pretty good.
The T-Rex.
Yeah.
Try to make it work in Zoo somehow.
Nah, you wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, she's pretty boss as it is.
I bought the ones where special promo art where it's the T-Rex flexing.
Right.
So flex on them.
Yeah.
Flex on T-Rex.
I got a couple of those. I've got like 5 or 6 Galtas, and only one of them's not foil.
Oh.
I got like 2 of those, a normal foil, and then like a normal one.
Mm-hmm.
See? Eastern Paladins, they're black.
Okay, Bob.
Destroy all those green creatures. Oh, Jervis is on the offensive this time, or maybe Snow has. Yeah, he thought Seaston fetched or shocked or fetched or whatever, or both.
He's at 18.
No, he's at 16. Because I don't know where the 1 came from, but I know that cost him 2, that cost him 1, so there's 17, and he took 1 from somewhere. But that's a 16.
That's 18. Between the 19 and 17.
20. Oh, it is 18. How is it? Did he gain a life?
It just shows his. I don't know what he actually has. I missed the first part when we were looking at Black History Month cards.
Well, he's thought seizing again, so.
Unless he took that card and came into play tapped. I thought sees 2 and 1. Yeah, he should be down, wouldn't he? Unless he thought sees his own card.
Well, it doesn't matter. You still have to pay the 2
But,
life
I mean,
of
he didn't take the 1 from the land.
You can't take a land with Thoughtseize. Okay, there he's at, okay. So he was at 17. He didn't shock the fetch,
Right.
but he did fetch. So
Okay.
2. So he took 5. Yeah.
Okay.
And here I was giving Jervis credit for actually doing some damage to Snell, but he decided to do it all to himself. Stick at it, Jervis. I'm sure if you search for his content long enough, you'll be able to get there. It's Mr. Danzy.
What up, Bob?
0 and 10.
Justin doesn't like the way I'm celebrating Black History Month.
I don't say I don't like it. I'm just saying it's going the wrong way. But I guess if maybe Gristle Brand was a slave, it'd be okay.
How are you celebrating?
by showcasing iconic black cards from Magic's history as my background card this month. Started off with Dark Ritual and Thoughtseize. Dark Confidant was last Thursday. Today is Gristlebrand.
Fair enough.
You guys. Oh man.
So he's like, no, it's about black people.
I mean, at
Harriet
least-
Tubman and Barack Obama.
So,
And no others in between there.
Death Ray Shaman?
And no others in between them.
Isn't Death Ray Shaman black?
Well, so I asked him about the Southern Paladin.
Yeah.
You know, because that dude's white.
Southern
Or that dude's
Paladin.
black.
Yeah. Sure he is.
Right there. Southern Paladin.
Yeah, dude's totally black. He kind of looks like Wesley Snipes.
A little...
Jeez. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
What are you talking about?
You don't see that, like
Young
the
Wesley
jawline,
Snipes?
the haircut, like, dude, that's totally Wesley
No,
Snipes.
see, that's
White
what
men
most-
can't jump Wesley Snipes?
I give it to him.
Snow decided to go on the attack. I said he looks like Manute Bol.
Yeah, I could see that too.
You know, from Conan the Destroyer.
He looks like Samuel L. Jackson, and
He doesn't look like Samuel.
he looks like
Jackson.
young Barack Obama. He don't
No,
look-
this guy's cool.
Bring him over here.
I'd have to see it a little bit
Here, I'll put him
bigger.
back up. Here, I'll bring him right to you. I'll
I'd
bring
have to
him.
see Death Ray Shaman a little bit bigger. He may be black.
New file. Bring him right to you. Here, let's come right over here. I'll put him over me.
No, he don't look like Wesley Snipes.
It's a little bit like Wesley Snipes.
No.
Yeah.
He's got a Mike Tyson facial tattoo.
He looks like that symbol that Cryptek put in chat.
Oh, he looks like Chris Tucker. Okay.
You guys are the worst.
Do you understand the spells that I'm casting with my mana?
Wow. You understand the spells I'm casting with my man.
You walked into this one. It's not us.
You're saying Death Ray Shaman? No, he's an elf. There are no black elves.
I mean,
Oops. That's a gray elf at best.
no, that's a mask he has on. That's a tribal mask he has on.
No, he's got face paint on.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I know. Oops, wrong way. I go with Sheeta Scalebane. She's a hottie.
Ooh, Snell's about to come in hot here.
Oh, is he? I haven't been paying attention.
Pyromancer Zoo.
Yeah,
Everybody's playing Zoo tonight.
it's in honor of Justin here.
Am I running Zoo?
Yeah, you're running Boggle Zoo.
Yeah.
Boggle Zoo.
Look at that. There's another one. She's a little hottie. She's a Scalebane. She's a Dragon Slayer.
She's a Dragon Slayer.
I don't think Black History Month celebrates the darker individuals of those slaying dragons.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
What about the guy who invented peanut butter?
George Washington Carver.
Carver, yeah.
That's your proudest moment that you could come up with.
Why is it my proudest moment?
I'm just saying. You're the one that threw it out there. I mean, you're only half black, so you can only be half mad.
I'm not mad at all.
Why are all the black people in white cards? That's
Because it'd be judgmental to
it
put black,
really would. Be.
black people on black cards.
You know, Peacekeeper.
I-
Just like Dr. King. He's a peacekeeper. Oh, he's a peacemaker.
He's Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. But she's a peacekeeper. She keeps the peace. She commands respect.
Alright,
Are you Googling black
I'm looking stuff up. Leave me alone. Here you go, bud.
What's that?
Agrus.
Agrus?
Agrus. There you go.
Oh. Yeah, he's part red. Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Krovax the Cursed. He's a black guy on a black card.
Yeah, Krovax.
He's a black guy on a black card. Captain Sisay is not black.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
Maybe like quarter.
You know what? I'm not even good with the. Oh yeah, he is a black. Oh man. I don't want to. I don't want to put the cursed up there. 'Cause that's like, oh, that's negative. Or Ascendant Hero. You know. Oh wait, Ascendant Event card. There we go.
Carbeck. The Merciless.
Oops. There we go. Knew we'd find one.
You're forgetting the key black person in
Urza?
Magic the Gathering. Teferi.
Oh,
Teferi's
well,
black.
he's blue.
He's black, though.
He's blue.
He's black.
You don't count. Look at that.
Okay.
He is ascending. That's a strong.
That's a pretty beefy guy.
That is a strong. Well, that's Krovax like Unchained.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Snell won that one handily.
We're so entertained.
I'm happy you guys are happy.
In between matches here.
You're going to be really happy when Bob does White History Month next month. It's going to be good. Bob's not going to cross that line.
No, that's a line that does not get crossed.
I'm talking about iconic white cards.
Sure.
Bob.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Disruptive Student is Teferi.
Yeah.
That is Teferi. And again, that's on a blue card.
Yes.
We're trying to find black people on black cards, and apparently the only one that's out there is Krovax.
Why does the black guy got to be the Disruptive Student?
Because that was from a different time in Wizards past.
Oh, yeah.
But the Disruptive Student was Teferi. So that's like saying, it's like, dollar,
Yeah,
whatever.
it looks like they're done there.
Yeah, they're done. There's no diamond in the rough this week. This week we're bringing in a
It's Teferi.
it's Teferi.
Teferi is a problem student. Always late for class. No appreciation for constructive use of time.
No, is that the real card?
That's the flavor text.
No.
That's not black.
That's not black.
Wait, is there another version? Yeah, there's a B version. I think that's more shadowy, and we're not wanting to.
That's kind of like Voldemort got hit with an iron.
Yeah, we don't want to advocate.
Nose and got hit with an iron. Jesus.
You know, I didn't want to put Krovax the Cursed up there because he was cursed. We're trying to stay away from cultists.
We're trying to look for
too.
positive.
Yeah, positive
Black people.
Black people on black cards.
It's a short list, Bob.
Speaking of that, never mind. I won't go there.
We're moving on to
This is a live recording.
the Resto Angel has. The Resto Angel is bringing forth a card from Magic's past that has recently been unbanned. That's right, we're talking about none other than Blood Braid Elf. This beastly little lady, she's gonna warp the format. I don't think there's any positive way to spin Blood Braid coming back without talking about just how unbalanced the format will be with this 4-drop in it. What? Right. I didn't want to talk about that one, but since you're making me, let's talk about Jace the elephant in the room. This is unfortunate. This is Very sad day for Modern. Yeah. One of the most powerful cards printed. Probably the most powerful card printed since Modern was a... Since the Modern cutoff. Yeah, he's finally in the format. And Magic's so much worse off for it. The past year, Wizards has banned cards from the Modern format for diversity. For the sake of diversity. And once we finally got to a very well-rounded, balanced format.
Hey there, Bob.
I'm here. What's the matchup? Who's Justin fighting?
AJ.
Okay. We finally had a balanced format where top 8s are 7 different decks. Each top 8 of the past 2 weekends, or past 2 Grand Prix, were pretty diverse themselves. No one deck shining above the others. And Wizards just looks at each other and is like, we can't have this. So let's just throw a wrench in, or let's throw a spanner in the works, as them wacky Europeans like to say. Let's totally rip the fun and enjoyment out of the format and put Jace the Elephant in the Room down. So that's where we're at. I would love to see him just get banned as soon as they see that, well, we screwed up, but I think he's going to be here for a while. And that's unfortunate. Mr. Kinsman. Whoops. Mr. Kinsman is playing Infect Zoo. And Eat Like No One's Watching is playing Naya Zoo. This is going to be fun. I really love it when Justin comes by, and you know, he's a good friend, and I feel really happy that he's here. I like to showcase it whenever he's here because it's a treat. It is an absolute treat. So we're just going to see how it goes. AJ puts down a Ink Moth Nexus to get us going. And I don't know if Kyle or if Justin has any answers. Well, he can burn it out, but AJ's going to be playing around that. Life doesn't matter. I guess since I do know he is playing Infect, we're going to get the poison counters and the poison count. Whoops. Wow. Alright, let's just refresh that. Okay. We're going to just put the poison counter over here for Justin. We're going to put the poison count over here. Oops. Up. There we go. Okay. Curd Kitty. Oops. Okay. Well, yeah, we're definitely we're trying to stay positive. Black figures on black cards, you know, because he's not happy with my take on Black History Month, but it's my show.
Gets in for 5. AJ. Looking to cause some damage on of his own. Justin has planes open, so it's just right for pathing. Who's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Okay, so we do have 8. So now got the win, and that means that Jarvis goes into the loss column for the first time. So 2 in fact. Really? Another Goblin Guide. I know the card isn't black, but the art is great on Sirocco. Yeah, I love the Sirocco art too. I love Sirocco, period. It only got stronger when they removed interrupts from the game, because now it says counter target blue instant. And that's just insane. But yeah, Sirocco, he just, again, that's not really a positive black figure on a card. You know, something like Noble, like all the white cards with black people on them, like Captain Sisay and Argus and the Peacekeeper and the Southern Paladin and Rashida Scalebane, and you know, pretty much Mirage Block was the island block. I get it. It was Africa. There was nothing to get around that. But you would think that they would have other black people besides white cards. And the ones that they did have, you know, were like cultists and just evil. It's weird. I mean, I know that's what black is, but not sending a good message. AJ takes 8 on that swing. He's down to 6. He's reeling it. He's feeling it. I didn't think Justin was going to be able to outrace this, but apparently he is. With a couple Goblin Guides and some Curd Kitties, getting it done. AJ's going to shock down to 4. Ugh. Fired up. Swing-a-ding-ding. Again, Justin has the planes open, so can threaten path, but AJ probably has the green one, the Vines of Vastwood. So swing for 2 currently. He's got to kill him here, and Justin just needs to wait him out. There's 3. There's Vines. And if you don't have an answer to it, AJ's gonna win. So now we're up to 6, and there's Become Immense, and there's game. Oh. Gotta have a answer. You gotta keep it on board. And again, Red coming out on top, getting that victory, working so very diligently to get it. Yeah. Anyway, we go to sideboard, and while they're sideboarding, let me go ahead and just put this stuff back. While they're sideboarding, I would like to remind everybody that we do have a couple promos going. Let's see, we gotta move these down. We are still collecting subs over on YouTube. When we get to 100 subs, our first 100 subs on YouTube, we are going to, we're still gonna slap Mr. Ben Seidel. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Fun for the kids, fun for the whole family. There it is. We're you just think about that for a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My apologies. But yeah, we're gonna slap the ever-loving hell out of Ben Seidel once we get to 100 subs. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets, tell your neighbors. Go onto YouTube, go to the Zone 521, hit that subscribe button, and when we get up to 100, oh, Benny Boy's gonna get slapped. And now we're getting ready for game numero 2. Of course, Justin, I'm sure, doesn't want to start at 2 poison, so I might as well refresh that too. Looking good. Feeling feisty. Alexi is a blue card. Peacekeeper is a blue card. Koth is a red card. Echo Mage is a blue card. Teferi is a blue card. All of Teferi. Teferi's Honor Guard is a white card. Reality Ripple is a blue card. Mirror Crusader is a white card. Maze Enchantress is a white card. Argus. Crafty. Brine Seer is a blue card. Enchanted Being is a white card. Wow. Mengar of Corondor is a white card. Jarrell is a green card. Crovax. Crovax is looking to be Lady Kalira, Call to Mind, Koth, Sirocco. Anyway, there's yeah, getting back into it. Is that a suspended? Is that a search? What is that? $15, not $14. Vexing Devil. AJ's gonna pay the Ford to not have that come down. Anyway. Kitties, kitties, kitties everywhere. Glistener Elf. Pendelhaven. That makes a 1-1 into a 2-3. So. Oh, excuse me. Oh, is that a... Okay, that's not a... Okay, it's a critter. It's a green creature with some counters on it. That's what's going on there. Icon does magic. And we're shocking. Yeah. Shocking that Sacred Foundry into place. Tapping it. And bolting the Glistener Elf. You hold that for the vines. Yeah, make it a 3 and then give it a little boost. A little pump. Just giving it bigger. Was that a mutagenic growth? 2 or 3. Wow. 3 counters. Just go ahead and make them bigger. Now you need a path. See, you wait, you hold that shit in response, Justin. I know you don't play much anymore, but come on. Get your timing. Timing is everything against Infect. As he goes to put stuff on it, that's when you kill it. But I'll forgive you, because I love you. I always have. And we're going to swing into the Glistener Elf. And we're going to block the Curd Kitty. Yeah, you're beast. Ah, Tarka. Or, yeah, Tarka's command. Boom, ba boom. Yeah! Get there. You're taking 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 6 more. Googly moogly. Another Glistener Elf. Let's start over, shall we? And Misty Rainforest. No. 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 See, now you can just use vines to protect it. You be reactionary. You don't... And he got there. He didn't have a vines to keep him alive. So, Justin, good on you, buddy. Justin gets there with a blue victory. Booyah! But, yeah, while we're getting ready for game number 3 and match number 2, I've already told you about the Slap for Subs campaign. That goes without saying. 100 subs equals this big old slap. And it'll be played. Oh, you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be here. It'll be over and over and over again. It's going to be glorious. Oh. But on a more somber note, every day, thousands of brown oofies are neglected, go hungry, get kicked, get bitten, get lit on fire. They need your help. That's why I started the Titan Oofy Preserve, to give these poor, neglected souls a safe haven that they can call their own. These little oofies, well, they just want to have fun. So that's what I've done. I've built this preserve for them to just exist without ridicule or hatred or neglect. Each and every one of them is cared for and loved by me. Send in your brown oofies. Titan Games, care of the Oofy Preserve, 4450 North Prospect Road, Suite Charlie 6, Peoria Heights, Illinois, 61616. And rest assured that each and every Oofy gets a loving home. Back to the action. Justin didn't like those 7, so he's going to mulligan down to 6. Let's see if that's going to be good enough for him. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Whoa. I guess he mulled the 4 already. Wow. Didn't realize. That guy's going to stay on top. Wow. So AJ starting with a fetch for a Glistener Elf and a shock. So he's going to go to 17 right off the bat. Justin's going to start at 20. And hopefully be able to work on it. He's also going to shock in a Stomping Ground and ask AJ if he would like to pay 4 life. And I believe that answer is going to be yes. Yeah, that answer is most definitely yes. There's an Ink Moth to get it done. Glistener Elf attacking. I'm gonna get that started off already. Where is it? There it is. Bam, big ol' 1 poison. The mighty 1 poison, or did he get in for 2? No, he cast Jace. He cast Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Or Vryn's Prodigy. Good. So, Looter Jace. Looter Jace. I guess Jace would be good in Hedron, since I can't get Probe anymore. Get you for another poison, or 2 more poison. So we're up to 3. Got a Gabobberlin guy down. Do you not want to shock? Your life does not matter. Shock, for God's sakes. Whoa. Okay. I guess that can be a bolt target. Wow. Way to go. Oh boy, oh boy. AJ deciding how he wants to handle this. And I'm guessing he's going to activate the Ink Moth and swing with... No, you get a boost if you swing with just a 1. Oh, going in. 1, 2. Why you... Oh, to fly over the goblin, of course. Okay. And... So there's 2. Just 2? Just 2. Halfway there. Justin's living on a prayer. That's a fetch. A windswept heath. And he's got nothing to stop the onslaught. That's okay, Justin. We still care about you as a friend. AJ goes down into the victory column against Justin. AJ gets his 5th victory on the year. Good for him. And that means Justin, with a Y, wins, losses, and draws. He's going to get a big old loss for his first match. And I guess while he was down here, I could have asked what his land preference was, but we'll get that afterwards. Oh. In fact, just getting it done. Let's see here. Do we get Damien another chance for Jamie another chance? We gotta have Danzy on board. So whoever Danzy's playing. Because we gotta give him his opportunity to break his streak. He's gonna get into the win column. It's just a matter of when. It could be tonight. He is playing Boggles, and as we know, just isn't very good at it. But I still have faith that this could happen. Danzy, do you have it in you to pull out a victory? Justin, if you've got a minute, could you come downstairs for a second? So sad. So sad. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I screwed that last hand.
You need to be more reactionary with the removal instead of proactive with Infect. Knowing that they have Vines of Vastwood, which can give it a hexproof on a whim for just 1 mana. you wait until he starts pumping, and then you throw your removal at it.
I didn't have one in the first game.
I know you didn't have it at the first game, but instead of like drawing it and then immediately throwing at it, you hold it and wait for his pumps. That way he wastes the pump anytime.
Yeah, I usually always wait, but I didn't have it at any time to play it.
Right, but as soon as you drew it, you cast it.
Which one?
Then in game 2, as soon as you drew you had the
try to clear him out of the way.
I know you tried to clear him out of the way, but
Take down Master Snow.
really,
2-0.
wow.
Because I didn't want him to.
Time to jinx you.
I know.
You're going up
stop
next.
my creatures and take them off the board.
I know that, but okay. So your goblin's a 2/2.
I had the Narnian Renegade for a 2/3.
Right.
And then I have the Kitty 3/3.
I would have attacked into it because it's only a 1/1, and your stuff's bigger than 1/1, so it wouldn't have died. It just would have gotten a wither counter. So you attack into it, and then if he tries to pump it at that point, that's when see, because you make him use his pumps instead of letting him just use vines or something to make it bigger on the
Okay, I get it.
So you always try to you make them use first to save, and if he wants to trade, just take the trade.
Right.
But if he blocks and then tries to make bigger, that's when you react.
Okay.
And infect spells are so cheap that he's probably going to have an answer for it, but now you've made him use 2 spells instead of just the 1.
Right.
You might get a 4th round of Magic tonight.
Really?
Because after this round, we have 3 undefeated.
Oh, because we had some buys.
Because we have 9 people.
Who else is up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kyle, Damian, Tyler, Snow, Jarvis, Danzy, Justin, and AJ. Did somebody else come in I wasn't aware of?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should only been 8.
Then why did somebody get a buy round 1 in this round? There's a 9th person.
And this round?
Yeah, Justin got the buy.
The first round.
First round.
And Tyler got the buy this round. You're missing.
So who's not on here?
So who did?
You're missing John.
Oh, I didn't know John was here.
Yeah, he's playing Blue Charm.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I didn't know somebody else was missing. Anyway, I need to know what your favorite land/land art is.
Land?
Yeah.
Well, favorite land. Obviously gonna be mountain. Love the mountain.
Okay, which one?
The diamond one. The floating diamonds.
Oh, the hedrons?
Texahedrons.
Yeah, they're just hedrons,
Texahedrons.
but they're just hedrons.
Okay. We're gonna call them Texahedrons.
I know they're tetrahedrons, but in Zendikar they're just called hedrons.
Tetrahedrons.
That one?
I like that one better.
That one? That one? The big loop?
Hold on.
That one? No, like the floating
This one.
jungles.
This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
Like
But
that
this
one?
one's.
You like the
I
loopy?
like that one.
You like
I
the loopy?
I like the St. Louis Arch.
Okay. The big old loop.
Alright, let's go back up. I'm just gonna leave.
Why don't you just go? You came to play!
I can't get first or second, so it's wasting my time.
I came to play. Only if I can get first or second.
I don't want to buy. I'd rather play than get a buy. But...
I'd rather play than get a bye, but I'm not going to play if I can't win.
Yes.
You're bass backwards, man.
No, I want to play.
You are bass backwards.
Play.
Loop. Zen.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play like how they're up there playing. Okay.
Yeah, that means you got an opponent waiting for you.
Ooh.
Are you playing? Wait. Who is the next round up? Okay. AJ threw me off with a shuffling. So, are you going to be on the kitty side, Danzy?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay. Danzy.
Alright, it's done. Kyle got there in 3.
Playing. Boggle. Zoo. Let's find out who his opponent is. This will be fun. If it's AJ, he probably is going to lose.
I am playing John.
Yay. Okay. Hey, Mr. Jarvis.
Do you mind company?
Not at all. I love company. I'm like misery.
That was a pretty miserable show, but
Oh, did you not play, or did you not win round 2 either?
no.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
lost to Eldrazi Tron.
You know, there's a table or chair right here with a good view of the action.
But I'm clumsy. I might trip over your court.
Well, you know the chord's there. Here, this moves. I have all the faith in the world for you.
All right. Alrighty then.
Anyway. We were discussing Jace the elephant in the room earlier.
My boy.
Your boy.
My boy. My boy's back.
Seems to be everybody's boy.
He's my... Yeah, he's my favorite planeswalker. He's blue. There's nothing wrong. He's powerful. He's very, very degenerate. And he's back. And he's stretching his legs out in Modern for the first time ever. I think it was banned at Inception.
He's a whiny blue caster that is emo as bad word.
You can swear on the internet. We're above this.
I can, but I am a family-ish friendly cast.
I gotta go now. Bye.
Family-ish friendly. I don't hold my guests to my own standards. But I want to make sure everybody are welcome.
Oh God, Tron is on. The end is nigh.
Of course the end is nigh. Jace got unbanned. So how does this benefit Modern?
Well, to be fair, like,
You know,
a lot of the control decks that exist in the current form, like, aren't necessarily built to take advantage of Jace. Like, there's a lot of, like, Jeskai Flash. There's a lot of decks that just play almost exclusively at instant speed. That's usually how the blue decks play right now. Mm-hmm. And if you want to incorporate a card like Jace, you kind of have to change up your game plan a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, I honestly think, like, the better homes for Jace would be Grixis or Esper Shells, because you have discard spells to help clear the way, mm-hmm. and can actually play a turn for Jace unmolested a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Like, Blue, White, and Jeskai probably aren't necessarily the best homes. They're still going to be very good, but it's going to be a little bit harder to take advantage of Jace to the fullest potential in those colors.
So do you feel that in this fairly balanced environment that has reared itself in Modern's recent history of no one boogeyman in the room, do you really think that format is going to benefit from a unbalanced card like Jace. Like,
I think Jace. I think the unbanning of Jace makes it harder for mid-range style decks to compete in the format. But we also got Bloodbraid Elf, which is an entirely different can of worms that actually helps mid-range decks a lot in the face of Jace. So I'm not entirely sure about that. Non-Bloodbraid Elf mid-range decks are the big loser here. I think like the fast combo decks are not going to care about Jace at all. It's like a turn 4 sorcery spell. We don't care. You have like the control decks where it's going to like it'll be a fight over Jace, but that's like it's the same thing as everything else. It's a fight over win conditions. It's a fight over the very few spells that actually matter.
Right.
So like overall, I think the biggest change that Jace will add to the metagame is that mid-range decks as a whole get weaker, which means your Death Shadows of the world and stuff like that are going to be taking a little bit of a hit, but your combo decks, your control decks, and the like more aggro-centric decks get better. If the format becomes starts to revolve around Jace, the faster decks are going to start to prey on the Jace decks, and then you'll have mid-range decks come back to prey on the fast decks, to prey on the Jace decks. Like it'll still be like the cyclic format that a little bit that we've been expecting and gotten used to, but you'll have like a more powerful control finisher than what you've been used to before.
It's you know, the like Danzy said, a lot of the banned cards that got banned over the past year or so have been because they have been represented in 80% of the game, of the meta.
Right.
You know, and when a card is that prevalent, by unbanning Jace, they're just forcing the issue. It's like, now you have to play with Jace. Or now you have to have the answer to Jace.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, there's a lot of decks in Modern that just don't care about 4-mana sorcery cards. There's a lot of decks in Modern that will just kill you before you can even do anything with Jace. If the mid-range decks are the only deck that, and the control decks are the only decks that would care about a Jace coming down, hitting the thing, and getting running. The exception being Lantern, but Lantern's a weird subdivision on its own.
Right. Jace is absolutely a Lantern killer.
Yes, it is.
And I guess this is...
Which I am fine with, to be fair.
I guess this is Wizards' way of saying, you know, you can play Lantern, just know that everybody else is going to be playing the card that hoses your Lantern.
I think that will only be true for like the first couple of weeks, and then people will start realizing, oh, hey, Modern's still a format where you can just die on turn 3 before Jace can even be relevant. Mm-hmm. Like, I honestly see Jace seeing powerful main deck play in a couple of control decks, fringe sideboard play, and a few combo decks as a alternative plan, and not a lot of play elsewhere.
Right. You go on thinking that way. You go right on thinking.
I guess the exception would be a Sultai mid-range deck. I have no idea how well that would even work.
I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. I mean, I don't know. I hope he has very little impact on the game. I really do. I hope that it works out exactly like they're expecting it to do.
Well, we have no way of knowing what a Jace in Modern looks like. We've never had Jace in Modern before. It has been banned since Modern's inception. We have no idea how powerful Jace is in the format. And in all honesty, it probably is good enough, but it's probably not good enough to dominate. I guess we should also get back to our actual game in front of us. We have Boggle Zoo versus Tron. There's an Ugin in play. We don't really have to care that much, actually.
It's Tron that got an Ugin down, or Eugene's in play, so it doesn't really matter what's going on.
Like this matchup is 2 ships passing in the night. It really is. If John finds a sweeper before Danzy kills him with Boggles, game's over. Otherwise, it's kind of one-sided.
But I maybe he'll have no impact or very little impact on the format. Maybe Bloodbrave won't have a big impact on the format, but
I think Bloodbrave actually will have an impact on the format. We'll see a big rise in Jund.
But when you have a setting that actually feels balanced, that any deck can compete for the first time of the format, why throw that in there?
When else are you going to throw something in there? I mean, when the format's the most stable it's ever been, this would be the time to try some unbannings, try and introduce some things into the format. If you have a stable, mostly diverse meta, and you're introducing 2 cards that don't really infringe upon that. They make existing archetypes better, and the archetypes that and the other archetypes that exist that wouldn't incorporate these cards don't really care about them that much. Like, at the end of the day, Jace is a finisher. It's a very, very, very powerful finisher, but it's just a finisher. By the time most decks get around to working Jace into their game plan, it's mostly already locked up. Kind of confused why these hexproof boggles are still in play. You just -1. Get rid of them. Why do you care?
No, it looks like Eugene's on one, so... Maybe he's got a second. Maybe he's got backup Eugene, and he doesn't care. At any rate, I'm surprised this game is still going, to be honest.
Yeah, I am too.
But I guess once Eugene did come down, Danzy did have 26 live, so...
Well, Tron is going on. It's got all the mana in the world in play. If there's a Eugene in play.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Danzy's still thinking of even playing this game.
I think we're gonna... As soon as we see Nulamog come down and strip Danzy of 2 more lands, it's... I don't know, but... You know, he's got 4 lands on board, so... well,
Boggle doesn't need a lot of lands, but
no, it
you
doesn't.
need creatures.
Yeah, you do need creatures, and
that's all his dust.
There's all his dust, so
that's the best of both worlds, actually.
You know, there's all his dust.
I would not be surprised to see Danzy just scoop up the rest of the cards with it.
I mean, considering that he's lost 4 creatures now.
Yeah.
So there's like half.
Boggles is only a deck that plays like 12 or so creatures, and only 8 of them are relevant.
Yeah. I mean,
and he's top decking this.
There's a Ledge Walker.
Not to mention John's not anywhere close to dying.
Yeah, Danzy isn't able to keep a threat on the board. Why is it or less? Seriously, Wizards, what were you thinking?
Because it's an 8-drop.
Or less?
Because it's an 8-drop.
It doesn't matter if it's an 8-drop. That's nothing for generic mana. Oh. Or less.
They wanted to give Tron another toy.
This is a good idea.
They wanted to give Tron more things to play with.
Or less.
I mean, it's Ugin. They had to make him powerful.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They could have, made a stand as like, we know we've made mistakes in the past. Now we're gonna try to be a little bit more encompassing and.
Lucan was not by a mistake by any stretch of the imagination. It didn't break any formats. He just made certain things better.
Or less. Or less.
I mean, you want your big, flashy 8-drop to come down and stabilize the board. That's what you want your big, flashy 8-drops to do. Or kill them. One of the two.
You don't make it or less!
Sure you do. I'm giving Bob an aneurysm.
Eugene should not say or less. Karn should have been an artifact.
That I will agree with. Karn should have been an artifact planeswalker.
He absolutely should have been an artifact planeswalker.
Should have had the text line, artifact planeswalker Karn. Should have done.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah. It would have... I think that minor change would keep Karn more balanced. Because he gets caught by artifact hate.
Enable Stony Silence Karn would be pretty sweet.
You can Stony Silence him. You can just... You can shatter him.
I mostly just wanted to have an artifact planeswalker. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that... I would be fine with Karn if he were an artifact.
Alright.
Eugene... I know it was before time, but Eugene should have cost colorless mana.
Oh, you mean the Wingdings?
Yeah.
I was only like a set before, too, wasn't it?
It was after.
Yeah. No. BFZ and Oath of the Gatewatch was the set immediately after Cons.
Yeah, after Cons. Yeah.
So yeah, that would have actually made sense. They should have done that actually. Just give it the generic mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it wouldn't have. Yeah, the Wingdings.
It wouldn't have changed.
It wouldn't have changed anything, but.
What do you call it a wingding?
Because they look like Wingdings.
It's a diamond. It's a colorless mana symbol.
Yeah, they close like both sides of it looks like Wingdings.
It's just an icon like any other mana symbol.
Don't question how I call things. To me, it's a Wingding. It will always be a Wingding. Let's move on.
I think more stuff should have should cost color. I think that was a concept that should have continued on. I not just generic mana, but actually have like make some artifacts. How great would it have been that the big legendary, the Immortal Sun. The Immortal Sun costs generic mana or colorless mana to cast. It's an artifact. It would bring that level of it's so powerful.
It would help solidify colorless as like a thing that you can actually use as opposed to just generic. Which what I think would like a lot.
Yeah, instead of just making it
like
more
instead
of
just
making
it like set specific. Like don't get me wrong, Eldrazi as a whole is a horrible design mechanic, but the Wingding mechanic, it's like the Wingdings as mana is good.
The new Eldrazi on a whole, the cheap Eldrazi.
The stuff that made
the Eldrazi were no different than any other big derpy monster in Magic. They just should have stayed big derpy monsters in Magic. They should never have had cheap Eldrazi. The colorless mechanic I love. I love Devoid. It's a great mechanic. I love the colorless mana symbols, and I think that more artifacts should have cost colorless mana. And I think it would elevated them to like a more of a relic status. It's like you make something that costs almost reprint a Nevi's disc, but make it cost 4 colorless mana instead of 4 generic mana. Yeah, and that all now you're looking at something that you have to make colorless mana to generate, that you can't just bring it in with any mana.
All right, so. Back to the game at the moment. We've got Rancor and Ethereal Armor on a bottle.
Yes.
I just can't bring myself to care about this game.
I mean, it's good until Tron hits. Once Tron's assembled, it's no fun.
Well, neither one of these decks is fun to talk
What are
about.
you talking about? Boggles is amazing to talk about. It's so fragile. It dies to virtually anything that's not targeting.
Yeah. Just Liliana breathes on this deck and it dies.
John goes to 1. That's... I've had that happen to me more
John
than
needs to
occasions.
find something to not die.
The boggle... The problem I've had with my boggles is so many times I can get 19 damage through. I so was tempted to put gut shots in just for that. Because
I mean, that might actually be a not terrible sideboard
it's
choice
not
to
a
deal with
terrible
pyromancers.
idea. It's not a terrible
Like, you
idea.
don't really have like you have path as removal options. And
Yeah,
that's it.
gut shot. Like in my burn deck. I still want to put gut shots in because I can do 19 damage. 19 damage.
The gut shot and burn's a little bit more questionable. Gut shot and this, I don't mind as much. Gut shot and burn's a little bit more questionable.
Whatever. I'm talking about my burn. I'm talking about your burn.
I don't want to talk about your burn. Your burn displeases me.
What's wrong with my burn?
I feel uncomfortable talking about another man's burn alone in a basement.
This is a bomb shelter. This is the Bert Morrison bomb shelter and missile silos. He allows us to record down here as we watch Magic at the Zone.
I feel uncomfortable talking about another man's burn in the bomb shelter and missile silo.
Yes.
Just go with that. And Boggles takes game.
And it looks like, see, now we got a game 3. Now it's anybody's game, and I don't know. I guess what's good is, like, in this modern format, like, not too many decks run Skites anymore. So, that I've seen.
Spellskite has gone the way of the dodo with the very much reduced playability of both Infect and Splinter Twin.
Right, and that's why Boggles is seeing, like, this awesome resurgence, because Skite kills Boggles. Skite kills Boggles faster than Liliana.
Kills Bottles.
You see a Skite, that's why...
You see a Skite, you can't win anymore.
That's why half of the sideboard in Boggles is to Artifact and Enchantment Destruction.
To get rid of the Spellskite.
Spellskite, and the other half is to kill Liliana. It's to shut her down, lock her out, and to stop Spellskite. And Chalice. I mean, you got to be able to get around Chalice, because a Chalice on 1 really sucks.
Other card you might have to start worrying about is Terminus with the Resurgence of Jace.
Nah. Just one more reason. I'm ignoring Jace. I am choosing to ignore Jace.
I'm not. I'm embracing Jace. I am putting 4 of that thing
Jace
in every blue deck I play from now on.
Jace, the elephant in the room. It's...
I, for one, welcome our new Jace Overlords.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. Right there. He's not even the format, and everyone's Overlord. Right there.
I also welcome our new Jund Overlords, to be fair. Bloodbraid Elfing into a Kolagun's man seems kind of degenerate.
Yeah. I don't really have a problem with Bloodbraid Elf.
Bloodbraid Elf is fine. It is 100% fine. I am very much looking forward to seeing Jund decks again, though. Like more Jund.
I don't like Jund. I mean, all it's going to do is bring Liliana the Veil back into the light.
Bye, Boggles. It might not be Veil. It might be Last Hope. Both are really, really good.
Yeah, but only Veil's good against Boggles. Last Hope don't say nothing to him. Last Hope is just kind of out there to be like, "Hi, I'm Liliana. I'm your waitress this evening. Over here we have the Boggles and non-Boggle section." And honestly, Liliana the Last Hope, it comes out in Boggle matches. I don't see her sticking around much.
I'm interested in Jund in general.
Yeah, in Jund in general, but I'm talking, I'm saying about Boggles.
Speaking of boggle in restaurants, I've had some steaks recently that tasted like boggles in restaurants. Oh, we got somebody else coming down, joining the fray.
That's why you're not supposed to buy your meat from Dollar Tree.
Hi, Snell.
How'd you do, Master Snell?
I played Affinity. I destroyed him.
Awesome.
I mean,
That feels like a good matchup too.
I mean, 4 bolts, 3K commands, 2 pushes, and that's before board.
Yeah.
This was his retribution match. He lost to Boggles round 2, so.
And a nail biter.
Yeah.
Game 2, I blooded him out. Game 3, I mean, I was at 1. I had to dodge a few things, but I had a Bedlam Reveler. If I had untapped, I could have potentially gone 1. I mean, there were still some things that they got me, but I could have stabilized. I was close to stabilizing at 1. For the riskiest of stabilizations against a deck with trampling and hexproof things. But
See, again, stabilized at 1. Gut shot. And
did you ban Gut Shot this week?
Huh?
Did you ban Gut Shot this week?
No. I talked about Jace.
We were talking about Jace.
Jace the elephant in the room.
Are you going to ban that on Thursday?
I would be very sad if you did.
Why do you have to look into the future that good, Snell?
Actually, it starts. I don't have to care.
You need to modify the picture when you do that to Jace as a dead horse. Like, with a picture of, like, Reddit in the background.
You're saying that I'm not the only one that doesn't like that he's back?
No. In fact, in the 1,000 comments in the thread, I don't know if I saw one positive one.
Well, that's the internet. There's nothing positive.
No one's ever happy on the internet.
Especially in Reddit.
I'm going to head out.
Like, you could give the internet solid gold bars. They would still complain.
Oh, yes. I'm going to head out. I'm 50-50 to be there on Thursday. Depends on how... I have something every night this week, so if I haven't felt sufficiently packed and prepared, I might take Thursday off.
What should I take? I mean, like, what should go out? I mean, the deck, of course, but what else?
Bring this and keep
Oh,
it
definitely.
bars.
Yeah.
Some snacks.
Yeah.
And whatnots. I mean, you'll have your phone for stuff down.
Right.
That's the essentials. Bring a second deck. Just you know, if the main event doesn't go well, or even if it goes well, you don't make day 2, and you want to do something different on side events. That's usually all I bring. I mean, I'm gonna bring my Mac. I'm gonna bring a couple decks, snacks, water bottle.
I was going over the tournament rules, you know, because I don't think I ever have before. In the notes section, it says that you can have a pre-prepared, like, page of notes.
Yep.
On that page, am I able to print out just, like, deck lists?
Yeah. I mean, it has to. You can't have copious amounts of notes, but I mean, people bring sideboarding.
Okay.
Sideboarding, like what I'm going to do against various decks, strategic things. I mean, if you want to bring sample deck lists of what your archetypes, you cannot have it out. You can
during
have
the
it
game.
Yeah. Between games, you can have it out.
Games, you can refer to your notes.
Away.
Yeah.
So,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you can fit on one, front or back.
Yeah.
Can't bring a notebook full of things to
yeah,
reference, but
and it's like like 1 or 2 pages. They say it's like, but no more. So you can't leaf through like loads of notes. So that I was just wondering, is like, can I put like almost anything I want on those notes, including like deck lists and like what sideboards would come in against me? Yeah,
sideboarding decisions and that, and key cards that are in, this archetype always has these cards and some, and maybe someone else. Yeah, you can strategic decision things that you can quickly reference during sideboarding.
I just didn't want to make sure I was like crossing a line in some way with, I was like with the, that I saw that I didn't know if like all notes, when I saw that as like all notes, I thought all notes had to be like taken during the game as the game is. I didn't know you could have like a page of information.
There's 2 separate kinds of notes. There's the notes you take during the game, and but there is your strategic advice that you can have between.
Okay.
Yep, as long as you're not getting deck lists electronically transmitted to you during the matches, the piece of paper is fair game. If you want to use your limited space for that, then that is perfectly fine.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Snell. I hope that 50 comes up in favor. We'd like to see you out there on Thursday, but if not, then... I
got the dish. I got my dishes done today, so
it's always a good sign.
We'll see. Tomorrow's my aunt's birthday, so we're going to dinner. If I get back, probably get back at 7:30 or 8. So we'll see how motivated I feel at 8 o'clock.
Diana or okay.
Yep, she was born on Valentine's Day.
Nice.
So we always go to Leonardo's in Peoria Heights because there's never anyone there.
See, you have all the aunts and uncles that are commercial stars. Diane and Steve are in the Steelers ad.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They're like the only non-Steegers in the Steelers ad. I was like, that's Unky Steve. That's Diane. But all right, well, I'll talk to you later, and if I don't see you Thursday, I'll see you Friday.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm kind of thinking about
do what? I heard you.
I'm so pissed off about this weekend that I kind of want to take a day off, but I have to look and see. I think I'm going to have some meetings and stuff on Friday, but I should try to do that for.
Well, if you find yourself not feeling well, you can go see Black Panther with Beth and I in the morning. There's shuffling happening, and it looks like Danzy is over 40 life at this point. But there is is that on 2 or on 1?
Charleston, I can't read that. It's not a 1. I know that much.
If it's not 1, it's got to be 2.
I've never been rooting harder for an Ulamog to hit. Ugin to hit the table than I am right now.
You share my opinion of Boggles being a horrible, horrible deck, then, huh?
He had Eugene game 1.
I hate Tron with a passion, but I hate Boggles more.
Yes.
No. You don't have to have a but in that sentence now. You don't have to have a but.
It's like, come on, Eugene. Or all is dust.
Yeah, he had both of those in game 1.
Dust him.
We're at 7v a lot.
Alright, have fun.
See ya. Is that lethal?
This looks like
lethal! Yay!
Damn it.
Danzy broke his streak. He comes into the win column finally in 2018.
Oh, dear God.
Danzy is now 1-10 on the year.
Still got double digits.
Woohoo! Danzy.
I won one tonight, Bob.
Huh?
I won one tonight.
You won?
Yeah.
You mean besides your bye?
Yeah, besides my Thank you.
Broke the streak!
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Woohoo!
Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys take it.
Oh, you're leaving now?
It had to take justice.
You just won!
Yeah, so.
Wow.
All it had to take was me playing white, Mom.
I'll catch you guys later.
That's true. White makes right, Justin.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, Bob.
Got the W! Wow.
Ugin or all is dust. And Ulamog.
Yeah.
That's what I was dodging.
Need them all again. All of them.
So 4 outs.
Wow. That's... Woo! Welcome to the win bracket. Or welcome to the win column.
I mean, it took me playing my own deck, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You didn't play one of my shit shows.
Oh my god.
So who else is undefeated? Kyle?
Nobody, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
It's done.
Oh, that's done.
AJ lost.
Wow.
I won tonight.
Well, that's that's going to do it. 3 rounds. We're done. Justin just left. Snell just left. Danzy won. Wow. Jace is unbanned and Danzy won in 2018. Someone check the temperature in hell. I'm feeling a bit frosty. Well, I'm Evil Bob, your resident hen in a box. I had a great time tonight. We had some great matches. We saw Snell win. We saw Danzy win. We even had Justin on match. He didn't win, but we had him. Just remember, I won't be there on Thursday. There will be a broadcast on Thursday. Having a good buddy of mine fill in for me. He knows the rules. He knows the ropes. He's going to be able to do a good job. But I'm going to get prepared for Indianapolis, so I personally will not be there. But like I said, let me know in the comments below how he does. I need to keep an eye on this guy. He's kind of shifty. But that's going to do me. I had fun. Hope you did too. I will see you next week. Thursday is still a go. Don't forget, Thursday is still a go. There will be a broadcast on Thursday. 6:30 Central Time. Hit that subscribe button over on YouTube, Zone 521. When we get to 100, we're slapping Ben Seidel. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you later. And however you choose to live your life, I approve. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourself.